Howdy and aloha, everybody. This is James with Monotalk. My show or my YouTube or this video gathering information is basically for uh, trying to keep the planet safe, trying to save all of its inhabitants and take care of her. She's done a great job to us. And I think if we have the right people in offices of leadership, we can start to actually do that instead of take away the way we've done for so long. All right, so the reason for this show is I truly believe Tulsi genuinely wants these regime change wars to go away and to put money back in our infrastructure, Medicare, and all these other things, which are great. And I think she's doing whatever she can to be that spokesperson because after a certain point, basically you're a figurehead or you're going to work for the people. In the past few decades or many decades, we've had just figureheads that represent the 1%, the corporations, etc. Nobody's been speaking or doing anything for the 99% for a long time, which I'd love to hear her say the words 99%. I mean, she has to take care of the corporations. There's a way to do it out there, and I get it. And I want CEOs and chief financial officers and all these other people that are high up there to make their money and do what they need to do. And I get that. That's important. These people work hard and they went to school and college and they've gained favor and done everything they need to do to get the positions that they deserve and they need to get paid. But um, $20 million for somebody to run a healthcare company per year. I don't know. That's a little excessive in my opinion. And the problem is the income inequality, which means that the 99% make nothing basically and barely can live and survive and support their families, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. While these corporate elites are making bazillions of dollars and they're making decisions that are terrible, not just for themselves and their employees, but for the planet in a whole. And I think across the board, we need to have some people, definitely like Bernie Sanders, definitely like Jill Stein, definitely like Tulsi Gabbard. No, not like Elizabeth Warren. Um, Definitely not fucking Joe Biden and a lot of those. And there's just so many people out there that really genuinely care. I know that Jesse Ventura still does. But what kind of caught my eye today was it today? I just saw it. I was just watching it on my phone. Was Joey Behar on The View? With Megan McCain and uh, Whoopi and that other girl, whoever she is. They were on there today, and they had, I think it was today or this morning, or yesterday or something, they had Tulsi Gabbard on there. And there's a video I wanted to share with you guys, and I've definitely been noticing this as well, and I think it's a valid question. It's just Joey Behar is just so out of touch with what's really happening, and most of these women on The View are, and I don't want to say they're naive and stupid and ignorant, etc. But it's a choice, cognitive dissonance, or the willingness to not go further in your research or look at other sides and other opinions and other theories, etc., is your own fault. So they're basically naive to the point of they don't have all the facts. They're just going off what mainstream media is telling them: MSNBC, Fox News, CNN, BBC, and the list goes on and on. New York Times, Washington Post, Huffington Post, etc. And a lot of people need to understand, and I really need to get this out to you, is when you are a gigantic billionaire type company that brings in huge advertisers like the military industrial complex, Lockheed Martin, etc., or Pfizer for big pharma, you know, there's a narrative that these advertisers want you to move towards and to gravitate towards, and people they want you to vote for. There's a mechanism out there to get people like these people that are constantly seen on television by millions, by millions to talk about certain things that go into that realm of where those large corporations want you to be, or want you to vote for, or want you to be a part, to support. So I can't stress this, and I've done it many, many times. There's a gigantic monster out there, and it's bigger than the three-headed fucking monster that Godzilla took out. And it's just humongous, and it's called marketing, and it's called advertising, it's called branding, and it's called logos, and it's called QR codes. I mean, it just continues and continues and continues, but basically the advertising that these sad ladies do is they're only told and given the topics and the topping and the narratives and the talking points that are handed to them by their producers. Yes, they may have some ideas, but all in all, they have to stay within a very small path. They have to stay within the boundaries of not going too far right or too far left, or insinuating or making up theories or getting into a propagandist type narrative at any cost, of course. But it happens, and they're told to do these things. So, in a nutshell, this is everywhere. This is not just on The View. You'll see these little plugs on Ellen. You'll see little things happening on on on, on a news station at night. You'll see it on 60 Minutes. You'll, if they still, 20, you'll, on all kinds of mainstream media, ABC, CBS, NBC. You'll see this everywhere. Well, they'll say the same things that these other stations are saying, because these are what the advertisers want. These are what the 1% and the elite steer these producers and these writers to do. SNL is a great example of how terrible and how heinous and how wrong and how disgusting it has become, as they went after Stormy Daniels and they boosted Trump in that way, and then they went after Russiagate and they boosted Trump in that way, and now they're going towards the impeachment and they're going to boost Trump again. It's only making this fucking brat, he's just a fucking brat, bigger, stronger, and strengthening his base, and widening it for sure. So with that being said, media has a very big part. So if Tulsi Gabbard and Bernie and the ones that and Jill or hopefully Jesse Ventura will run green, I'm really hoping to see that. I think that would be the best thing that this the Green Party could have, instead of somebody like Howie Hawkins, who has just been a shambles from the beginning. And sorry, Howie, it's just you're just not understanding how everything works. And I think there's something wrong. There's something going on upstairs with you that maybe you'd like to share with us sometime. So what's happening is you'll constantly get political candidates on certain shows and not on certain shows. And the question that Joey the Budhead Behar, and it's not really their fault, you guys. They're just steered towards being naive, steered towards and directed in a way to only talk about the things that they want them to talk about. They're in a bubble. They're in a shell. They're guided. And it's really sad that it happens. Well, Tulsi's not. She's breaking away from the fray, and she's doing some things that I haven't seen or heard since Bernie's been around. So, and I got to say this, it's impressive. It's definitely impressive. But at the same time, she's kind of sounding a little Obama-ish. Because remember, Obama came in, hope and change, I'm going to do this, that, and the other thing, and da-da-da-da-da. And then he had 2 years to put Medi-Cal for all, single payer that Dennis Kucinich wanted. And then he threw Dennis under the bus and went with Romney. And a few other things that he's done, starting Syria, producing more oil, opening more offshore drilling in fucking Alaska. And the list goes on and how this guy got bought and sold within seconds. And it's really sad. And nobody understood that because his charisma, it's just the way, he got everybody moving in the direction that he wanted. And he was just a hell of a salesman, just like Bill was. Bill Clinton was a great salesman too, and they picked these people for a reason. So let's watch, if you will, The View, which I think is it's almost like watching Fox and Friends. It's like the opposite, and it's pretty sad. But the biggest reason I want to show you this is because Joy Behar asks a pretty decent question, even though she's flustered and she thinks Tulsi's a fucking Russian asset or whatever. You can tell she's just losing it right here. But let me go ahead and play this for you guys. All right. Here we go. Boop, boop.
A couple of things out. I've never said, and I don't think Hillary Clinton thinks that you're a witting asset. You might be an unwitting asset. Not that.
Unwitting asset. I'm just going to keep going. Sorry. But she's just fucked up. This judge, they're out of touch. They have no idea what's really going on in the world.
That means you're stupid, but people can be used.
That's exactly what it means, though. That's exactly what it means.
The other thing that confuses me, wait, I have one more question. You're on state TV all the time. Why do you go on Fox TV? Fox Channel, which is a propaganda network, 16 times with Tucker Carlson. I never see you with Chris Wallace or that other guy, what's his name, Brett Baer. Well, why aren't you on with them? They're definitely middle of the road. Why do you
listen to her answer? This is important.
Go on with Tucker, who's a liar and a propagandist?
So let me start with how offensive it is to say that I am a witting or unwitting asset of a foreign country, working against the interests of our people and our country, the country that I am willing to lay my life down for. So if you're saying it's not deliberately, then you are implying that I am too stupid and too naive and lack the intelligence to know what I am doing. That is extremely offensive.
Can I get you to put the quote up?
Every woman of color.
Put the quote back up? Because I think everyone is sort of missed something.
Okay, well, you've missed everything, Whoopi, for a long time. So I don't think she gets to the answer. They kind of go over Hillary stuff. Tulsi basically says,
confirm it, because some of the media followed up and asked for her spokesperson to say what she meant and confirmed that they were talking about me.
Yes, and because Joy Behar and everybody else is saying that they weren't talking about her, and absolutely she was. But she didn't get to, which I was concerned about.
I just want to point out the quote that we might not, because she's also a Russian asset.
You raised a second issue about why I go on Fox News.
Yeah.
I go on Tucker Carlson, go on Brett Baer, go on Sean Hannity, go on MSNBC, go on CNN. I am here to speak to every single American in this country about the unifying leadership that I want to bring as president. Not just speak to those who...
Okay, so is she saying she's been on MSNBC? And I think she has been on CNN. But I think what she needed to say, which I think was important to get out, is they don't want her on CNN. They don't want her on MSNBC. They're going against the Clinton Mafia, and I love saying that because that's exactly what it fucking is, and their pedophile, sick motherfucking Billary type thing that's going on right now with Amy Robach from ABC News, who's backpedaling because she's getting pressure to lose her job, obviously. But it already came out. Okay, but here's the thing that I'm really concerned about. Look at that. Look at those laser beam eyes. Like, shut up, you dumb motherfucker. Like, shut up, Joey Behar, you dumb fucking stupid bitch. Get the fuck. I can't believe you're still fucking doing The View. And stuff like that. That's what she's saying in her mind. I guarantee. But what she didn't say, and I think it's so important to know, okay, and I'll go to me now because I guess that's important, is she's not saying what's happening. And I think, or is it happening? Are they giving her offers to go on MSNBC or CNN more often? Are they trying to contact her, but she's saying no? I mean, I want to know that answer. Is she only going on Tucker Carlson because they're actually reaching out to her? I think that's an important piece of information that she needs to get across if she's going to show that certain news outlets are being biased. are siding with particular candidates, and their policies, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I would like to know, Tulsi Gabbard, have you been invited, and how many times on MSNBC? Has Rachel Maddow, has Chris Hayes, has anybody else invited you recently within the past 20, 30, 40 days or 2 months to be on their show to explain what you're trying to do for the Democratic Party? Or has CNN reached out to you? Because if the fact of the matter is that Fox, sadly, and Tucker Carlson, who I think has got something for you, is trying to get you on, and you have to understand is that they love having you on because you're and you should know this. They want Fox, Tucker Carlson, whoever's leading the interview with you, they know that in their minds, diabolically, they're trying to get you to trash your party. They're trying to get you to say shit about people in your party, which are basically true, which is the saddest part about it. But sadly, CNN won't do that. Sadly, MSNBC won't do that. You know, the biggest sadness here is that RT, which is a Russian television news cable show that has YouTube and whatever else out there, is the only fucking station in the United States, or cable news network, not cable news network, or cable network, or cable show that trashes the United States, which I think is a big plus for Russia or any other fucking country for that matter. And sadly, we don't have one. We don't have our own. We don't have the dignity or self-worth or ethics or morals or just the humbleness for us to have our own station where we can beat ourselves up. We can show ourselves what the better path forward is. We don't have that. The only thing that I know right now that is starting to do something, it's called Independent Media Network, or IMN, or Independent Network Media, INM. So anyway, Chad's doing it. Chad Wilson's doing that. He's also running for president of the United States for the Green Party, which the Green Party did not list him in the California ballot. Oh, man, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. But what I am going to tell you about for sure is Tulsi, and you're doing a great job, and you know, represent Hawaii, Sista, good job, is call MSNBC out. Say, where's my interview? Talk to me. You know, are you guys just so fucking deep in bed or up Hillary's ass not to do anything with me? You know, these news outlets, these supposed forms of journalism, need to be called out for what they are. They are there to control. It's fucking been happening for decades. Publications for hundreds of years, actually. You know, and it's really sad. And I just said, you know, which I think is stupid. But anyway, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to let Tulsi know, and whoever's in her campaign, that she needs to clearly state at a certain point, MSNBC hasn't asked me to be on in fucking forever. CNN won't bring me on in fucking forever. I want to know who's getting the time, the airtime, and where. And there's nothing wrong with you going on Fox. Just remember who you are and where you came from and what you're about. Don't let them abuse or take what you're saying out of context, because they fucking will do it in a heartbeat. All right. And what's interesting is I haven't seen Tulsi on Democracy Now, which I think is very odd. You'll never see on Al Jazeera, I'll tell you that. But anyway, thank you all for coming on. I'm going to play my song and get out of here. I got some stuff I'm going to do with Chad in a little bit. We are going to try to, what are we going to do? we're going to try to decipher what's really going on with the Green Party. And I got to tell you guys, we're going to have a show on that pretty soon. It's fall. I tried my hardest. I gave a lot of time and a lot of effort, and I kept hitting fucking wall after wall with these people. Um, and I don't get it. You know, they just want to run for a city planner and assembly person in some fucking small city. They don't want to go for the positions that can make a difference, like the U.S. House of Representatives on the Hill in Congress, national and the federal level, or going for a Senate position. And they will go for some gubernatorial positions, but that's like far and in between, too far fucking crazy. But there are some people running. I know Rodolfo Cortez is, and I hope we can get him to the place he needs to be. And I'm going to be asking for people's support for that soon. And that's it. Thank you guys very much. And song.
How deep